Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the build bench. Today's video is a bit of a... It's not really a serious sort of video. Basically I had to go pick the kids up yesterday, and on the way me and the other half nipped into a shop and I seen this bag of trash for a tenner. So you get a wireless keyboard, obviously a wireless mouse as well, by, I don't even know how you pronounce it, Equa instead of Aqua, Equatech, I have no idea. We got it from a shop in the UK. If you're from the UK you'll know it, a shop called Home Bargains. I was just walking up the tech aisle and clocked it and I was like, for a tenner I'm going to buy it, I'm going to review it, and I'm going to compare it side by side to my Forge GK310 and see just how bad it is. Now on the box, obviously look, they brand splash proof. I'm not actually sure what splash proof is supposed to mean because it's clearly not waterproof. 8 meter range, smart connection. I mean smart connection, it's got a dongle for each of them. I wouldn't really call that clever. Ultra micro receiver, high resolution 1600 dpi. I'm guessing they're talking about for the mouse. Wouldn't call that high, Equatech. That Steel series can go up to 18,000 dpi, and then Windows and Mac OS compatible, high res, 2.5 gigahertz, 8 meter range. Like, yeah, I love the sort of techniques these companies try to use to try and fool people into buying this garbage, but hey, we bought it because, you know, why not? So we'll open it. I haven't opened it, as you can see, cutting the seal. Let's check out our absolute piece of trash that we bought. What we will do is we'll do a typing test using that, like a 60-second one on each keyboard, just to compare. If I can get this bag of shit out. So here we go. Now let's face it, we all know, Jesus Christ, we all know that this is going to be, that's a healthy sound. We all know that this is going to be just a membrane board. It's obviously not going to be mechanical. I don't hold very high hopes for this thing, to be honest with you. The only thing about it I would say is, for a tenner, you probably can't complain at a mouse and a keyboard if you wanted to just, I don't know, like if you had a main keyboard already and you just wanted to put one away for a backup in case yours broke or whatever. Let's have a look at this garbage mouse first. So it is, compared to my Steel series, which I'll put side by side, it's a hell of a lot smaller. It'd be a very claw grippy mouse. The clicks don't feel too bad, to be honest, like compared to mine. I mean, mine sound better, but on that Steel series they are magnetic, like sort of switches for the left and right click. Obviously you get no extra buttons on this thing. I don't know how they actually expect you to change your DPI, because it says up to, but yet there's no DPI toggle, so God knows. But yeah, so I'm guessing in here, yeah, you will have, yeah, just a dongle just rattling around in there, because, you know, they can't even be bothered to put that in properly. This takes a AA battery, and the keyboard takes a AAA for some reason. But yeah, so put that back up. I'll grab this keyboard, and that is the lightest garbage keyboard I think I've ever felt. But hey, so right, so here it is. So it's your typical it's your typical mushy membrane garbage. Yep, there you go. I don't know if you can really see it. But yeah, it's your typical membrane, cheap keyboard. The stabilizers on the spacebar don't actually sound that terrible. It has got like feet. They only have one setting, but at least it's got them so you can lift it up a little bit, because I don't like a flat keyboard. In regards to flex, yeah, it flexes quite a bit. I get basically no flex in this because this part of it here is steel or aluminium or whatever MSI decided to make that thing out of. The problem I have with keyboards like this is this and the mouse for £10 sounds like a good deal until you realise that that Forge GK310 I paid $35 for brand new, which obviously it's the same size keyboard, it has the number pad and everything, as you can see. But obviously this is membrane, this is red mechanical switches, and the MSI board also has macros at the top and a dial that you can control volume with, lighting with. So I don't really understand the place of keyboards like this apart from someone buying it to use it in an office. But if you're buying a keyboard to use in an office, you need a keyboard you can type quick on, and I guarantee you can type quicker on that than you can on that. So I still don't see the point really on this keyboard. I mean, on the Plus, it's got all your macros on its F keys. Like, it's not terrible. I'm not gonna shit all over it. I just don't see where something like this fits in the market, really. I really don't. They're really shallow membrane switches as well. It feels like a really low profile keyboard. I mean, it looks low profile compared to mine, but this has a magnetic cover that you can choose to have on and off. I just prefer it off. I like being able to see the bottom of the switches. But yeah, it's not good. So what I'll do is I'll quickly take a cut, stick a battery in this and the mouse, and then we will do the typing test, and you'll see what I mean, I imagine, by how bad this thing is. Back in a sec. And welcome back. So, got it all set up now. Obviously, this is the typing test we're going to do. What I will do first though, is I will type on my main MSI keyboard first, and then we will do the cheapo board. The mouse, by the way, after using it to actually operate the computer, yeah, it feels like crap. Once you put the mouse sort of on like a solid object like your desk, the clicks become really tinny sounding. Not sure if you can hear it, but yeah, so really horrible sounding. It's too small as well, especially for, like, I'm 6'5", so I've got quite large hands, and that mouse is horrible. Like, okay, it's probably not designed for me, but you know, I mean, come on. So we'll start this 60-second test. I'll start on the MSI board and then we'll do that garbage board afterwards. So let's go, let's see what we can do. Now, I'm not the best typer out there. I'm not terrible, but there. Really? You want to make me do commas? We've got 43 words per minute, 290 CPM with a 97% accuracy. That's obviously on the MSI board. Yeah, I'm not creating an account just to save it. I'm good, thanks. So 43 with a 97% accuracy. Now we'll try on this bag of crap. Let's go. Oh my god, I keep hitting two keys at the same time. Yeah, the keys are horrible on this. Absolutely horrible. .42 words per minute, 97. So the accuracy is apparently the same. It's one less word per minute. The CPM's a little bit lower. But yeah, like the one thing I didn't mind on that cheaper keyboard is the space bar is actually quite bouncy. Like, it's gonna sound weird, but like obviously when you're typing quick and you sort of tap it with the side of your thumb, like if you don't put a lot of pressure on when you tap it, it kind of rebounds your thumb back up. It's quite bouncy, so if you need to use the space bar quite quickly, like word after word after word, it's actually not bad. Don't get me wrong, I still prefer the mechanical space bar on the MSI board, but it's not terrible. The keys I don't like because they sort of taper off at the edge instead of just being sort of like that sort of grooved shape on top for your fingers to sit in, and then just sort of straight edges basically down on the edge of the key. On these, they kind of taper off, so you tend to find you hit two keys at the same time quite a lot. To be honest, for a membrane keyboard and for the price it costs, the mouse is garbage. Just like, don't use the mouse. The keyboard, like, it's bad, don't get me wrong, but and I wouldn't pay, like, if I needed a keyboard, I wouldn't pay £10 just to get this board. Just, if you live in the UK, go to CEX, spend £20 and get a mechanical keyboard, like used or something. But I could see why people would use it for, like, I don't know, even wirelessly using it, running it off a laptop, or controlling like a media center with it, or even maybe office work. Although with you hitting two keys more often than that, you're going to have to backspace quite a lot anyway, so it might be kind of pointless. But yeah, so it's alright, it's not great, it's very cheap feeling, it's very plasticky, obviously for the price. But like I said, if you need a backup keyboard, you know, just one in case yours breaks or something happens, blah 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 blah, it's not a bad purchase. I would say I'd leave a link to where you can buy it, but I don't even know if they sell it on Amazon. I will have a look. If they do, which I doubt it, I will leave a link to it for anyone mad enough to want to pick one up. But yeah, for now guys,
that's it basically. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, thanks for liking. We've finally hit 60 subscribers. Videos are doing well on views, which I appreciate a ton. I'll catch you all in the next video.